A very good afternoon to you and welcome to a special edition of Serie A d'Italia show. My name is Chris Migwambo. About 2 months ago when we set on a journey to bring you unrivaled coverage, unbeatable and unpredictable top-flight Italian football, Serie A, we promised you that we will move as far and wide as we can to talk to men, to talk to women, to talk to former and current players who understand the league and also the people who've had the experience both in Italy and here in Kenya. This afternoon, we are privileged and honored to be with none other than the Deputy Ambassador to Kenya from Italy. That is none other than Giacomo Montemarani, to take us just through the experience both in Kenya and Italy and to understand what are we still going to experience. The Serie A matches are coming thick and fast, but here is a man who has had the opportunity to go into the stadium and watch a team play, and also he has been in Kenya and interacted and known the level of football and however much we can produce as far as football is concerned. Mr. Montemarani, asante sana.
Karibu sana Chris, karibu sana Ubalozini.
Grazie, benvenuto.
Benvenuto a te.
And by the way, you talked about playing. Which position did you play?
As I was saying, I wasn't that good, so they put me as a goalkeeper. But but I wasn't that bad. Let's see, I wasn't that bad.
You were a goalkeeper.
Yeah, indeed.
How many saves did you make? And at what point did you just
I did some good saves, but I also got a lot of goals. Yeah, I also had to was beaten many times. Let's see, but you know, also the greatest goalkeeper. No, they have to learn to survive with that.
Yeah. Just maybe we are hoping that once normality returns, and we are having a point where we can now move to Italy and Italians come to Kenya. Some of the iconic places, one will.
For football fan,
yeah.
They shouldn't. Of course, for football fan, they shouldn't miss a trip to San Siro, which is the temple of football. Okay, they're gonna do another stadium. They're planning to do another stadium because you know every team now needs an upgraded stadium. You know, some investments so that we will bring about more revenues. Yeah. But until it's there, it's definitely worth a visit. San Siro, yes. Yeah. And of course, also the Stadio Olimpico in Rome, which I recommend especially for the passion of both Lazio and Roma fans. Yeah. And from there, of course, you can.
You as a fan of Rossoneri, you're talking about watching this club. Just tell us, how is the experience getting into the stadium? The fans will really love to know. You've been there, you've watched it, you understand it. How is it?
Of course, that they what we call it in Italy, you know, some football schools. That at some point, you know, once you reach a certain level, you need some professional trainer that tells you, that gives you some inputs on how to stay in the field, and it's not just a you know, a technical thing, how to juggle with the ball or running faster, but to run well, like Ibrahimovic does. He runs well, and not to be undisciplined tactically at some point.
Yeah, and then just looking at now the Serie A and also looking at our local league, we are having a Football Kenya Federation Premier League, which is now getting into round of 6. Just maybe when you look at the two sides, what are some of the lessons we can learn, you can give out to the heads, just so that in the next 2, 3, 4 years from now, even if we don't get to the point where Serie A is, we can have a notable league, a league that can be recognized among great leagues in Africa?
You know, I'm sure that there is potential because, as I was saying, in that camp, you know, the trainers, they told me, look, those kids are really good because they scored a lot. So there's always room, of course, for doing something good, for doing something that is mutually beneficial. And I would say, of course, it's you know, there are many. There's not just Serie A. No, we have a huge. We have so many so many leagues, you know, also from at lower level. So maybe you don't end up in Serie A, but you still can be a professional in Italy, even in less famous leagues, you know, like Serie B, Serie C, and there are many players coming from all over the world, and I'm sure, many Africans, of course, but you know, and Kenya also had a very important player which played in Serie A, Montemarani, and won. Unfortunately for us, 3 trophies for me, which I'm an AC Milan fan, which won the triplete, the year of the great Inter, which made history. So, you know, and he started from, from the grassroots, let's say, and ended up at the top.
Thank you so much, sir, for creating time for us. But before we finish, we are having the juggling session. You've said you are a goalkeeper. Even goalkeepers do juggle. Yeah. We are going to take a challenge with you. Whoever is going to juggle the most is the winner.
Okay, let's try it out.
Let's take this one.
You won! You won!